told a girl who was, I think, 31 years old and dating for a million years. And she and her mother were getting quite miyuash. She said, her repair said, as long as you're dating, you're going to get married. As long as you're dating. So, to answer your question, as long as we're trying, we'll get there. As long as we're trying.
That's what I was saying, because there was a big meeting the other night. The shidduch crisis.
No, I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. I was just responding. He was saying that in your voice note. Yeah, I know. So I said, as long as we're trying, we're gonna get there. Okay, B'siyat Shemaya, let's get going. Let's get going. No, my muscle was shidduchim. My nush was shidduchim. I know what's going on. I don't get involved in these things. Okay, so one second. Let's just. It's Thursday night. Chavra, are we going weiter? Or are we doing Chazarah tonight?
What?
I obviously voting for Chazarah, but I should not be allowed to podcast.
Okay.
We're getting that one, but the mission to Mishnayos.
So we should do 2 Mishnayos right now? Fine, so let's do that. Okay, let's go. Chavra, we're gonna do Chazarah tonight. We do Chazarah tonight. We're gonna start with Zayinim and Beis. We have a mission, a mission, and a mission. That's what we have. We don't have a shtickle thing. Let's use it, right? Whatever it is. Okay. A leffel. Hey, look at leffel, a gapel. I look at the zachin. Here we go. So we're going to start Lam Zayin and Beis, and we'll see how far we get. We're going to try to take it a little bit slower, not a fast chazara, adequate chazara. We'll see where we get.
Under the middle sink.
Right, it's theirs. We have to get more. We're going to get more. I don't know where our cup went. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol nihiyeh b'dvarim. V'heichon hayu mina'anin. Menachem, are we confirmed for Monday night?
I'm going to send it out today.
That means it's confirmed. Okay, Monday night, post Meir, we're going to have a Shikul Purim, Shir, Matziv. Anyone who would like to learn a little bit about Purim, I'm going to try to...
Something for Thursday night?
We did last time. Well, I'm having in my house a party Thursday night. We should have a Shikul learning before, and that's what we did the other year. That was very nice. Yeah. That was 2 years ago. We did that in the shul. Last year we didn't. Last year we just did Mordechai. That was the night before. That was Wednesday night. It was the night before Tainus Esther. No, Thursday night I'm having just on my house straight. Thursday night is going to be probably, we're switching the clock, so Tainus Esther is about 7:40. And then you have Megillah about 8 o'clock, which takes you about till 9. Ladies Megillah about 9:30. 10 o'clock, 10:15. So 10:30, hopefully Thursday night, we're gonna have a matziv. Mirz Hashem. Learning is a good question. Okay, says the Mishnah. Correct. Where do you shake? So this is actually this Mishnah. We actually did a Chazarah. We're going to do it again, but as we mentioned on Tuesday night when we did a Chazarah of this Mishnah, the reading is easy. Sometimes when the reading is easy, you inevitably cover ground. But let's make sure we have klar what's going on over here. V'heichon hayu minanin, and where do you shake the lulav? Says the Mishnah. B'haidu Hashem zechila v'saif, u'bana Hashem ashiyana. Very basic. V'shami yimrim, afan Hashem atzlichana. Very simple machlekes. Amir Rabbi Akiva, shtickle story. Saifa, Yisi, Rabbi Gamliel, Rabbi Yeshua. I would look at Rabbi Gamliel and Rabbi Yeshua during davening. Whoa. Shekola that all the people, Hayamanan as Luveya, they were shaking their lulavim, and the Hayim Loina Anua, and they're not shaking it. Ella, when do they shake it? Ma'ana Hashem, Hishiana. So, a fascinating, simple-ish Mishnah.
What an interesting sight, no?
Oh.
They shaking it. They're not.
There you go, and that's it. That's not.
It's like the shoes, but some people call, some people don't.
Yeah, we should know. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Like the holiest.
This is the rest. So we made a comment, and we learned it the first time because this is the precursor to the Rebbes. That Rabbi Akiva, he's sitting at davening. What do you do at davening? A good chassid, you don't daven. You stare at the Rebbe. So what's he doing? I should be careful. Yeah, this is the raya. It's the raya. Rabbi Akiva does what? He stares at Rabbi Gamliel and Rabbi Yeshua. Who mentioned Anua? Fascinating zach. Mishnah said, where do you shake? Shake. What shake? Who said anything about shake? Answers the Gemara, and I think Rav Shirley was Machavi last time. Hasam Kai. We're going back in the first Mishnah of the Parak, which we realized and we put the map in our brain that this third Parak of Lulav Agazel, this is the second half of it. The first half was the Lulav Ladasma Rabbis to Esrig. What are they? What are the Psulim? The second half, which is where we are right now, is, and what do you do with them? You got your Dalaminim. What do you do? What do you do? So following Mamish off of that Mishnah that said, the first Mishnah on the Parak, call Lulav Sheish Shloisha Tfachim, any Lulav that has 3 Tfachim, said the Mishnah, Kidei Linanei Abai, is kosher. And based off of that Mishnah, says our Mishnah. V'ka'amar, now it's true, there's 7 blot in between. But following right on that detail says our Mishnah, V'ka'amar, Heichon Hayimananim. And where do you do that? Period. Absolutely married. So now we get a little bit deeper into the source. And the source is a fascinating source. You ask the average person on Sukkot, why do you shake your lulav? I'll give you Allah Tyrus. But if you ask him, what's the source? He might even give you some of these reasons that we're about to say. But that's not really the source. As we're going to see, and as we saw, and as we'll continue to see, that was the 2-time Chazar, see, saw, and continue to see, it's all about Shtei Alechem on Shavuos. Tanan Hasa, we learned in the Mishnah. Shtei Alechem, the 2 breads. Shtei Kifsei Atzeres, the 2 sheep. Keitzad Ayoyisa, what do you do with them? Meniach Shtei Alechem al Gabi Shtei Akvasim, you put the 2 breads in the sheep. Umaniach Yodoy Tachteim, and you put your hands underneath them. And you shake him to and fro. So we know, we don't have a base of English, unfortunately. So we know that what's nanu and what's shaking? The lulav. Guess what? Times the base of English, many things are going to shake. Karbanos. I think so in reference to Moshe Rabbeinu, we know in the Chumash, shake the Levium. So that's the Makar. Shenemar, stayed in Torah. Yeah, fascinating stories in Chumash. And Moshe Rabbeinu actually were picking up people, he was just shaking them. Fascinating. Shenemar, says the Pasuk, Asher Hunaf, Asher Huram. Says the pasuk that they're shaken, they are lifted. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, what does that mean? Now explains Rabbi Yochanan. Okay, so if I ask you where do we shake, we learn it out from the Shtei Alechem on Shavuos. Now if I ask you, so why do we shake? Why do they shake the Shtei Alechem on Shavuos? Says Rabbi Yochanan, right lines to the bottom of line Zayin and base. Says Rabbi Yochanan, you know what you're doing? You're going back and forth to He, God, that the 4 directions are His. Ma'aleh up and down. It's the one that heaven and earth is His. They add on a kinech. Amar Rav Chaim Baruch from Rav Yisrael Chanina through lines to the bottom of Zayin and base. Is what? Not just Hashem that the whole world is His, but deeper. What we're doing is we're doing an act of what? To hold back the bad winds. Up and down. To hold back the bad dews. So says Rav Yossi, look at this. What are they doing? They're shaking the Shtei Alechem. Well, what's the ikar? The carbon. Bring the Shtei Alechem. This is the carbon of Shavuos. Says Rav Yossi, you see how ridiculous it is that the act of shaking, is that the ikar? No. Yeah, let's translate this. On Sukkot, shaking the lulav ikar? No. The ikar is the lulav, it doesn't mean him. Says Rav Yossi, Zoysemeres, you see from here, Shiyare mitzvah, the remnants, the shirayim, the leftovers, the auxiliary parts. Even that, ma'akvin as a paranios, it holds back the punishments. Shaharei, where do we see this from? Tenufa, the waving that's by the Shtei Alechem, Shiari Mitzvahi, is the auxiliary part of the mitzvah of Vaitzeres Ruchais that holds back the winds, Utzloim Ram, and the bad deuce.
Similar to what we learned in the second parak, where the branches of tzaddikim you can pick up.
Very nice. Very nice.
A similar concept.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
The first time we started Kinyan.
Very nice.
It was like from the branches of tzaddikim, like just by talking and walking, like you pick up.
From the talking, Mayridik. V'amar Rava, and says Rava, v'chein belulav. And the same is by a lulav. So now when I ask, what's the source of shaking?
If you don't shake lulav, you're not good.
No, of course you are. If you pick it up, you're Netilas. You bring the carbon. It's mamish shirayim. I shouldn't comment. I shouldn't comment. Yeah, he's right. By the lulav, it's true. By the shteilachem, I can't say it 100%. I'm assuming.
You make the bracha, you make them hold it up.
That's it. Which is right. That's why most hold it upside down. Because if you were to pick up your, I don't know why that's upside writes it up. But if you were to pick it up azai, you're done. So that's why we do azai, macha bracha, and then you flip it. Because if not, you're already yotzei. If you're yotzei mechatis, you can make a bracha. Now you could make a bracha after your yotzei, but it's backwards. Kol mitzvah same mevarchan aleim. Over last yasam. We don't. Yeah. We don't. Oh, very good. We don't put on our tefillin, and after we're done, macha bracha. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So it's the same thing. Which, okay, we could give a talus example right now, but we don't have time. Vamarava, remind me, I have a talus halacha. One day we'll have to share. Vamarava, v'chein belulav. Now Rava comes along, and that's why this whole Gemara is so myritic. What's the whole makar of shaking the lulav? It's constant shtickle Torah we just had. Geshtei alechem, you wave them. Why are you waving them? To God, the daled rufles are His. What are you doing? You're holding back the winds and the rains. The shiari mitzvah, the remnants. So gishmak. And you know that whole Torah? V'chein belulav. Lulav's not the makar. That's the makar. Mamish gishmak. Rav Bar Yaakov. We finished part A. Mamti la, maisi la. He shook it to and fro. And Amar, you know what he said? So gishmak. Din geira be'iri desitna. This is an arrow. Din, this geira is an arrow be'iri desitna. The eye of the Satan. He was so excited. I'm mamish killing the Satan. He's shaking my lulav. Says the Gemara, it was inappropriate. Well, that's not the right thing to do. You know why? You're going to incite the Satan. You never say, we learned this from David HaMelech, of course. David HaMelech asked for Nisyainais. We never say, I got the Satan. I got him. I don't have to worry about whatever you said. We all know. I'll tell you, there's a Ben Ish Chai that when I saw this, I have so much hana. I don't know if you ever have this. I have this in my life all the time. Anytime I would tell someone I'm waking up early tomorrow morning, I'll go to the early minyan, I'm going to learn early. Mamish, I feel like I didn't get up the next morning. I got up late. Always bothered me. Zok the Ben Ish Chai. I don't know if he still sued this Gemara, but he mamish says this part. He says that when you say, I'm going to wake up early tomorrow and die. I'm going to wake up early tomorrow and learn. You know what you just did? You just gave it to the Sultan. You just gave the Sultan a test. So now the Sultan says, you think you're going to wake up early? I'm going to figure out a way. Zok the Ben Ish Chai, it's mamish mitzias. I'm asking. It's a shtickle ilamas. I'm asking. I don't understand it. So I kind of think he
People
answers on. No, he adds on that when you do a Kabbalah, you're saying that you're accepting that you're going to do this little zach. You're not saying I'm doing this tomorrow. It's a different gauge. Whatever it is, that's the Gemara here. It's a gishmak nikuda. And there's David HaMelech, Shading Gemara. David HaMelech every morning used to wake up. And he used to say, David HaMelech, I went to the shuk, but Raglayim leilech and brought me to the base HaMedrash. Frakta Ben Ish Chai, David HaMelech, you went up to go to the shuk every day? I understand. David HaMelech, imagine the Jerusalem Post. Chaim Kanievsky wakes up, tells his attendant, I'm going to the marketplace today. I'm going to Tel Aviv. And he ended up in base Medrash. So Gishmak, right? Chaim, what are you doing in Tel Aviv? David HaMelech, what are you doing at the shuk? Dr. Ben Ish Chai, he was tricking his Yitzhahara. He said to his Yitzhahara, no, I'm not going to work, don't worry. I'm just going to the shuk. And he snuck into the base of Medrash. Again, how this works, I don't know. However, Yishmak raid, it is the Gemara, and we're not having Chumash tonight, so I thought we could utilize the moment for a little extra chesed. Says the Heilige Mishnah. Mishabah Baderech. So it's coming on the road. If he doesn't have a lulav lital to take, when he enters into his house, what do? Yital al shulchana. Rashi. What does it mean? Yital al shulchana. What do you have to take it on your table? When you down to the table, what are you a meilik over here? You're dancing on your table with your lulav. No, Zak Rashi. It means even you came home, cholent, you sat down in Gishmaka cholent, watching something nice, and all of a sudden, lulav. Drop, you pick up the lulav. Zakt Rashi. Loy notel shachris, continues the Mishnah. If you didn't take it in the morning, Yitel ben arbayim. Shkol hayom kosher belulav. Which, by the way, that line,
A little interesting.
it is interesting. The Gemara is going to be ayman on it. The Gemara is going to talk about it. So I just want to point out, many halachas are this way. And sometimes we become all or nothing Jews, and we miss the boat. You can imagine this guy, he wakes up in the morning, wakes up late, oh, I missed the minyan, I missed this, I got to run to work. He goes to work, this and that. He comes home, it's 5 o'clock at night. He didn't do lulav, he didn't do this. Forget it. Shit the Mishnah, no, kol hayom, you still have time. Still have time, you didn't miss it. I mean, you see it, unfortunately, with certain elements of our youth, with tefillin. Ugh, I just missed it. What's the big deal? Just put on now. Well, what's the big deal? Like, my mamish, it's like, we're listening, like, oh, I missed it. Why did you miss it? No, I already forgot. Shemona Esrei, I already didn't have kavanah. So have kavanah now. Chafetz Chaim used to say, you know what the bracha of Sim Shalom is? Shalom is the greatest bracha. I'll call all the brachas of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The chaysim, the sign of it is with Shalom. Says the Chafetz Chaim, your mamish at the end of Shemona Esrei. You're about to say Oiseh Shalom, and you realize you missed the ganze Zach. The whole thing. You know, one of those days. You know, it happened. You did daven, you didn't daven. You take your 3 steps back, and like, just forget it. Talk to Chafetz Chaim. Oiseh Shalom b'mraimav. Just pause for one moment. You're standing there with God and say it like a bench. We just like we throw in the towel so easily. Anyways, back to the Gemara. Let's go. Amrit tonight le'al shulchan. Says the Mishnah. You take it even during your suda. L'meimra. What does that seem to imply? Demafsik. Sounds like as we portrayed the story, you got to stop your meal. But frak the Gemara v'remin here. That's good contradiction. Says the Mishnah on Shabbos. Says the Mishnah on Shabbos in Mischilu. If you started eating in mafsik and you don't have to stop to daven. Amar Rav Safra, teretz number 1, we're going to have 3 truths. Amar Rav Safra, I'm going to pick up a drop of speed just because I want to finish this. So the first year was slower. But Amar Rav Safra, loy kasha. Very simple, says Rav Safra. If you have time to daven, don't stop eating. If you don't have time, then stop eating. Amar Rava, my kushya. What was your old kasha then? Says Rava, I don't understand. And Rashi explains, what was the whole kasha of the Gemara? We're asking from the Mishnah on Shabbos about tefillah to the din of lulav. Tefillah is a din derabanan, mincha. Lulav is a din deraisa. What was the whole havamina frekt Rava? Dilma hadaraisa, hadarabanan. Ela my Rava comes along Rava, kasha. I'll tell you what the kasha was. Again, we're first redefining the question of the chstira, the contradiction between our Mishnah and the Gemara and Shabbos. Kasha. When you come home, taking the middle of your suda. Alma Damasik. V'hader Tani, then the Mishnah itself, the kasha wasn't from the Mishnah and Shabbos. The Mishnah, B'nei Hubei, the Mishnah continued and said, I don't understand, it makes no sense. Amalei Mafsik. Which way is it? Do you stop what you're doing? Do you not stop what you're doing? First part of the Mishnah says you come home, you start eating, stop. Second part of the Mishnah says what? You didn't take it in the morning, you take it in the afternoon. Means what? Don't stop. So Amar Rav Safra, that was the kasha. And on that, Amar Rav Safra, now we have Rav Safra's teretz. I'll tell you, very simple. Like kasha, was there time or not? Number 3, Amar Rav Zeira, my kushya. Frek Rav Zeira, what was the kasha that you just asked? Dilma, maybe I'll tell you what the Mishnah meant. Mitzvah lavsuki. Really, you should stop. You should stop. And the Mishnah is saying, by the way, if you learn pasuk, if you didn't do it, you told me Arbaim Shkoyim Kash Lulav. Elam Rav Zira La'Ilam Atayib Shah number 3 Kedam Rina Made Kara. Really, it's a steer to the Mishnah on Shabbos. Udikashlach, and you ask, are there rice? Lulav's the rice, are there Rabbanon, Tfilas the Rabbanon? Hachav the Yantav Sheni the Rabbanon, Yishmak Askinon. That was the stira, and on that we answered whether it's time or not. Take a nami, and this is precise. Tani, what did the Mishnah say? Kishmaka Rayo, you got to listen to the Rebbe's story. Mishabava Derech, Lein Yadulav. Baba Derech. What? You're traveling on Yantiv? Tisakadeh Yotav Rishon Mishari. Kishmak. 3 shots in the Gemara. Let's try to get a good chazar over Shabbos. I think we're now holding at it. Siyata Vishmai.